I'm here in the Canadian wilderness with the heaviest pack I've ever carried for an overnight trip. The reason my pack is so heavy is that I'm carrying all the gear needed for myself and my partner Steffi Poo to be as comfortable as possible when we get to camp, including an amazing sleep system, chairs, and even some wine for when we get to camp. I also have all the gear necessary for our daughter, baby Josie, to eat, sleep, and poop in the backcountry. This is our first backpacking trip as a family, and while I have tons of experience in some of the toughest conditions, this might be the toughest trip yet, and I really want it to be a success. My dream is to be able to take Josie out on more and more trips and share my love for the outdoors with her and enjoy the outdoors together. And this trip is one of the first steps towards that dream. We've done some car camping and it's been a pretty good success. How do you think this backpacking trip is gonna go, Steph?
I think it's gonna go really well. I think, maybe not. But I think that we're gonna have a lot of fun because it's your birthday.
It is my birthday.
It's your birthday!
That's why I have balloons on my backpack. Steph put those on while I was kind of just hanging out with Josie by the river in the parking lot.
And Josie and I have some big surprises, so
Ooh.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Nice. We're trying to take it pretty easy on this first backpacking trip. We're only going a few kilometers into a spot where we're actually gonna be random camping. Some of you may be questioning why we wouldn't stay at a campground. And the reasons are that we're just gonna be able to have a little bit more freedom if we're random camping. And if Josie is having a tough time getting to bed and is crying a little bit, then we're not gonna be disturbing everybody in the campsite. My legs may be short, but I walk fast. We just started up a hill. Definitely feeling the weight of, I think, both our packs. My pack weighs 55 pounds. Then Steph's pack, how much? Josie's what, 20 pounds now?
Yeah, 20 pounds.
20 pounds, so you have another like what, probably 10, 15, 20 pounds? Luckily that Thule pack carries weight pretty well, and I'm using a Seek Outside pack that carries weight well. And yeah, it's definitely gonna make the sleep systems that I brought for us and those chairs feel that much nicer when we get to camp. We're about 2/3 of the way to the spot where we're gonna be camping. Speedy Steph is on a rampage, walking fast, so we're making good time. Once we get to camp, we'll get the tent set up, we'll share with you what we brought, and then just start sharing the gear and keeping Josie entertained, fed, and poop changed. Walking down the road to the campsite. We made it to camp. So I've never actually camped here before, so we're gonna scope out the area, see where the best place is to set up our tent and our eating area, let Josie explore a bit, and yeah, enjoy the day.
Woo!
I got the tent all set up. It was actually a pretty big challenge to find a tent that would fit us all, because Steph and I are using 25-inch wide pads, and we have Josie set up in a pea pod, which I'll explain in a second what that is, but it makes going out in the backcountry with her a lot easier. And the tent that I landed on was the Big Agnes Copper Spur Ultralight 4-person tent. This tent is just big enough for us, and it weighs not too bad at just over 2 kilograms. Other than the size and the weight, there's nothing too special about this tent. It's the largest tent at this weight that I could find, and it gets the job done. The material that it's made of isn't great. It's a nylon material that does sag and stretch when wet, which is a big deal with a tent this size, so we're gonna be avoiding rain as much as possible. There's only one vent, but there are 2 gigantic doors, which makes getting into the tent really nice. There's also a bunch of pockets on the inside, which is nice for organization when you're dealing with a baby and a lot of the knickknacks that come with that. Also have our sleep system set up in here with the pea pod. The pea pod is essentially a mini tent that goes inside of the tent that Josie sleeps in. So we can set up a baby monitor, go hang out away from her a little bit so we're not disturbing her. We can still hang out and not go to bed at 6:30. It's just really nice. It keeps her contained and not getting into mischief. And she slept in it the entire time we were on an RV trip and did pretty well. I also have both my sleep system and Steph's sleep system set up. They're awesome, but in different ways. The one that I picked for Steph is, I think, maybe the most comfortable sleep system on the planet. It consists of the Exped Megamat Ultra, which is a very thick pad, stretchy material on top, and then vertical baffles, paired with the Zenbivy Zip Bed Trek. The zip bed is a little bit different than other Zenbivies in that it uses zippers on the side instead of clips, which is really cool. Other than that, it also uses a really nice soft material and comes with all the other great features of Zenbivy, including the hood, the sheet that locks it onto the sleeping pad, and the ability to kind of toss and turn underneath it really easily. I have the pad and the Zenbivy paired with a Zenbivy soft top pillow, which consists of an inflatable bladder paired with a topper all inside a pillowcase, which then clips into the hood of the Zenbivy. It's very comfortable, and I'm really excited to see how Steph likes this entire system. For me, I'm also using a very comfortable system, but it's much more lightweight. Because of all the stuff that we had, I had to go with something a bit more compact, a bit more lightweight. I have the Nemo Tensor All Season, which is a very nice all-around pad, very lightweight, very compact, paired with my go-to Enlighten Equipment Enigma quilt with 950 power fill down and 7 denier shell fabric. My pillow is my new favorite, which is the Big Sky Dream Nation pillow with the little loops on the side for adding a pad strap, paired with the Z-Packs pillow topper, which adds some insulation as well as a really nice kind of cushion to the pillow. This is a pretty slick setup, really comfortable for basically everybody. At this point, everyone's probably starting to get pretty hungry, so we're gonna hang out, get dinner ready, and get everyone fed, especially Josie. I was hearing her going blah, 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 blah earlier. Oh, and Steph apparently has my first surprise. What is it?
You kind of knew about this one.
Is this my favorite beer?
And it's cold.
And it's cold. Steph carried all this in. She carried in Yetis and
So
tall cans of
heavy.
beer. For dinner, we got some lowish sodium options, chicken pesto pasta, and then al pastor cilantro lime rice. I'm gonna share this one with Josie because it's like 1 billion calories. And our cook system for 3 people is pretty low key. It's just a Toke 750 milliliter pot with the Pika lid, and then we're using the Pocket Rocket Deluxe stove because it's just a good classic stove that fits in the 750, but only if you're using the lid. And then yeah, I'm gonna get dinner all cooked up.
Oh yeah.
And feed this little monster. You're not a monster, Joe. You're a cutie.
Bye.
Yeah, you are backpacking, and you want to crawl around like a real backpacker, but you're a baby, so
You're stuck.
you're just gonna have to chill. I know, it's so frustrating, but you're doing so well. Here, have a fishy.
And a spoon.
Josie's in her hazmat suit, which is essentially a gigantic full body bib that we're gonna be packing into our bear container, which is the Atotech bear bag, and putting that far away from us, because it's gonna be probably covered in food. We're gonna try and avoid that. Let's start by seeing how she likes the al pastor. The other thing that we're doing is she still is on milk before bed and naps, and then after bed and naps. So we have these little pre-made formula bottles and then they fit with her bottle lid. So we're gonna stick that on there, give her that before bed, and then in the morning when she wakes up, and that should satisfy her pretty good for her meals. This is one of my favorite meals. Josie seems to be enjoying it. We also brought her silicone water cup. And we just are giving her water from our water.
Okay, can I give you your next present?
Sure.
Okay, you have to go away for a second.
I love the mountains. I love the rolling hills. I love the flowers. I love the daffodils.
Happy birthday, Josie, don't
To
fall.
me.
To you.
Oh,
It should look a lot better.
look at this thing. That looks delicious.
It's a s'mores donut.
Looks delicious. Oh my God, we're gonna die. Bears are gonna eat us.
Sorry.
So Steph and Josie are getting ready for bed. Steph got first taste of her sleeping system here. What do you think?
It's a bed.
And there's Josie. She's gonna go sleep in there. She's got a little sleep sack, and then if she starts getting cold, then we'll put her in the Morrison sleep sack over there, the synthetic one. So we got a few options, and it's cooled off. It's starting to get dark. We have a white noise machine up there, camera up here, so it'll be a good little system. Good night, my Joe. You want hugs? Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Good night, my girl. So it seems like Josie fell asleep. Well, it wasn't too bad, like 15, 20 minutes. We had the monitor just to watch her and make sure she's doing okay, and it really kind of confirms that she's asleep and just kind of lying down, which is nice. It's just nice to have that reassurance and kind of make sure she's not trying to like flip the entire pea pod while she's losing it in there. But I'm happy. Camping, it was like an hour and a half of like popping in and her crying. So this is improvement, and I'm happy about that. I was actually pretty anxious going into this trip with that. Like, I had trouble sleeping last night. I don't know how to tell you this, but trouble sleeping last night. I was anxious kind of throughout the day. So her going to sleep right now is actually really nice.
Yeah.
It makes me a little emotional.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Happy birthday. Thank you, Joe. And next up, me and her.
Alone.
Daughter father trip.
Oh my god.
Just me and her. We're gonna go ultralight. Yeah. We're just gonna continue hanging out, enjoying the night, have some wine, and then we'll put away all our bear stuff and go to sleep. And tomorrow morning, I will ask Steph how her sleep was. If we get sleep. We'll see you guys in the morning, and wish us luck. Good morning. Everyone's awake. Josie and Steph are just cuddling. The game plan for today is to see if carrying a 55-pound pack into the backcountry for an overnighter was worth it. We're going to see how Josie slept, how Steph slept, and talk about what the MVP pieces of gear for the trip were and what we might have been able to leave behind. You're the MVP.
Josie's the MVP.
You're the MVP. Josie slept pretty good. We put her to bed around 7:30, which is about an hour after she usually goes to bed, and slept through the night right until 6:30, which is her normal wake up time. So she killed it. She was a champ. Really liked her pea pod once she got used to it, and her Morrison sleep sack, which is what we changed her into when we went to bed because the temperature was starting to drop and she just needed a little bit more insulation. The other big question was how Steph slept, because I purposely built what I think is the most comfortable sleep system out there. So I have some questions for you about that.
Okay.
We're going to go through each of the items individually. We're going to start with the sleeping pad, the Exped Megamat Ultra. How was that? Was it comfortable to lay on?
Oh yeah, it was very comfortable. Side sleeping, back sleeping.
Did you notice that it's a little bit stretchy on top? It's one of the thickest pads out there, and then it has a stretchy top material and then vertical baffles. For the quilt, the Zenbivy quilt, I don't think I've ever had you try one of those kind of quilts before. How'd you find that from specifically like being able to move around underneath it?
I really liked it. I actually felt very contained. I really like sleeping bags because they wrap my feet nicely.
Yeah.
But I felt contained, but I could also stick my little foot out.
That's the nice thing about quilts. They're a bit more versatile. You can stick a foot out, not cinch them down all the way if it's warmer. And then when it does get colder, you can just really lock them down and you're going to be all set, good to go. Third item.
Yep.
The pillow.
Oh yeah.
How'd you find the pillow?
Love the pillow. That might be the best pillow yet.
What'd you notice about it?
It was just big and soft and comfortable.
Cool.
And something with the material of like the sheet and the pillow.
Ooh.
So soft.
You noticed that? Okay,
Oh
I
my
was
gosh,
curious
like
about that.
luxurious.
So it's Zenbivy's special Pongee material that they talk about. I was curious about it because I was kind of like, they talk about this all the time. I feel like it might be kind of gimmicky, but cool that you noticed how soft it was.
Oh, I
because,
love that. You know I like a soft material.
Yeah, that was one of the decision factors that went into the system, was trying to get material that was soft for you. For breakfast, we're being big kids and eating Uncrustables. We got strawberry jam and then the Nutella ones.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. These are interesting. I've never had them before.
They're delicious.
Then Josie's having a peanut butter tortilla that we brought with us, and then a little fruit pouch. We're all packed up on the road. That was pretty efficient. Considering we have a baby, we got out of camp pretty well. Only about an hour and a half from when we woke up until we left camp, which is faster than some other people that I backpacked with. So good job Josie on that one.
Good job, Joe.
As far as MVPs go for gear on this trip, Steph's gonna pick one and I'm gonna pick one. I'll start off with the Josie chair, little chair that she sat in. I think that was pretty key, just to have a place to mobilize her, eat, hang out. And I think she felt like part of the team because we all three of us had chairs.
Yeah.
What about you? What would be a MVP gear item?
Gotta be the sleep system. The whole thing.
A couple other MVPs, I'd say the tent. Not because it's anything special, but only because it's really the only option on the market for how big it is and then how little it weighs. Otherwise, everything else is just stuff that we've used before. We know it works. I'll have the full gear list down in the video description if I can manage to put that together by the time this video launches. As far as things go that we probably didn't need to bring, the formula was a bit of a fail because she didn't like it, so carried that in. I'd say in the future, like, it'll be pretty quick that we start leaving the pea pod at home as well.
Yeah, honestly, it'd be so nice if she could just sleep next to us.
That's probably about it as far as things that didn't really work out or that we didn't need. We probably could have brought some more clothing for her.
Yeah,
Like a little puffy jacket, something like that.
a toque. She's wearing my toque.
Yeah.
Doesn't really fit her.
Even though it's the middle of August, it's starting to get cold in the mountains, so a little bit warmer layers for her. Otherwise, I'm super happy with this trip. It went better than I expected. My expectations were pretty low as far as being able to sleep and Josie being comfortable, but She killed it. She seemed like she had a ton of fun. I had a ton of fun. Did you have fun?
I had a ton of fun.
You had a ton of fun. If you guys want us to do like a Q&A live stream, because there's so much that we didn't go into that we thought about and did, then let me know in the comments, and then I'll try and convince Steph to pop on, and we'll answer some of your questions.
I'll be there.
You'll be there, okay. Otherwise, if you want to see me carry a 60-pound pack on a multi-day trip, 3-day trip, go check out this video right up in the corner there. It was tough. I dealt with way more elevation, way more mileage on this trip, and part of the reason I did that trip was to train for a trip like this, to see if I could carry 60 pounds and survive, essentially.